In today's video, I want to give you 3 steps to help you stop yelling at your kids. What's up, guys? My name is Justin and welcome back to the channel. A couple of weeks ago, my 2 older boys were going at it over a video game. One of them did this, the other did that, and without really listening to their sides of the story, I practically kicked their bedroom door down and unleashed Dadzilla on both of them. My anger was through the roof, and at that point, I had had enough of the fighting. At that point, I was sick of it. The hurt in my boys' eyes let me know that I had taken my anger out on them, maybe a little more than I had intended, and I had crushed both of them. Throughout the day, I couldn't stop thinking about how I made them feel and how my actions impacted them. Honestly, I don't like to be the yeller, and I don't like to parent my kids that way either. So here are 3 tips that might help stop you from becoming Dadzilla on your kids. Number 1 is to sit down. When you're feeling the rage build up and you want to unleash it on your kids, first, sit down. I find that I am my most aggressive and I yell a lot more when I'm standing up. It can make you feel more powerful in the moment because you are towering over your kids. But when I am sitting down, I find that everything else comes down to my level. My anger, my frustration, my tone, and also my volume. It allows me to be on the same level as my kids when I am discussing the issue with them. So when you feel that rage starting to boil up, train yourself to sit down or at least kneel down to their level when you have the urge to yell at them. If you find yourself forgetting this, give your spouse permission to remind you when she senses the anger starting to build up. Number 2, leave the lesson for later. It's okay to let your kids know why they messed up and why you are upset with them in the moment. However, it is very difficult for them to see the lesson through the anger. Once you stop the bad behavior in its tracks, remember that the corrective lesson can be saved for a better time when you are calmer, cooler, and collected in your thoughts. Once I have settled down and I know my kids aren't as upset, I may call them back down to discuss the situation or even save it for when we are getting ready for bed. If you decide to do this and save it, you have to approach the conversation in a way that doesn't lead to more anger and frustration. You don't want your kids to go to bed upset because this will lead to a long night and a rough next day. When your kid goes to bed upset, it's going to affect how they sleep and it's going to affect their attitude in the morning, which may lead to more anger and frustration if they aren't listening the way you'd like them to. So just remember to leave the lecture for later. And number 3, know your triggers. It is important for you to understand what causes you to yell at your kids. When you find yourself getting angry, what is causing you to feel this way? What is setting you off? For me personally, I find myself getting the most angry with my kids when they don't do the things I've asked them to do. And when they don't do the things I've asked them to do over and over, that's when I really get heated. I made a deal with my kids that I will now give them 2 chances to do what I asked them to do. If they don't do it within those 2 asks, then they owe me $1. And if I yell at them before giving them 2 chances, I owe them $1. We have an erase board in our house and we use this to track the dollars I owe them and the dollars they owe me. At the end of the week, we pay up. I've also let them know that it is okay for them to call me out as well. If I yell at them or snap at them without giving them a chance to do what I asked them to do, they can remind me that I owe them $1. And I know this probably isn't the most conventional way to do things, but over the past couple of weeks since starting, I found myself yelling a lot less and my kids doing things more on the first ask. It is important that you recognize the triggers and you find a way to catch yourself in the moment. It forces us as dads to work on our behavior to have a calmer mindset when disciplining our kids. It takes time to change our loud lifestyle habits, but with dedicated actions, we can do it. And don't forget, it's okay to apologize to your kids when you mess up. We are humans. We're gonna make mistakes. So sit down, leave the lessons for later, and know your triggers to help prevent you from yelling at them all the time. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for today's video. If you found any value in it whatsoever, then please throw me a thumbs up and comment down below with the way that you've been able to tame your anger. What's something you've been able to do to tame your yelling? If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my videos. I'm coming at you with different tips and tricks to help you improve your life, and you don't want to miss them. And as always, let's keep growing.